Hi there everybody, you've got Helen today, you lucky ducks. So today we're going to be focusing on the herringbone double crochet stitch. So you can see here that this is the stitch. 2 rows of it make these columns. It's really a nice stitch. It's not too gappy. I mean, that's me pulling at it a little bit, but you can see it's not gappy, and it gets the name because this is a particularly leaning stitch. So when you work it one way or you go in rounds, you're going to come across problems if you don't turn your work on every round or row, because it leans significantly one way depending on which way you're going around. So you have to be turning your work in order to balance that lean, if you see what I mean. So moving on, you've obviously come across a pattern where you would need to be using the herringbone in order to find this tutorial with us today. So I've got a little quick swatch I've started making up for you. Foundation chain, because you need something obviously to work the stitches into. I'm going to do that. And in my first stitch, I am not a fan of the chain 3 because I think it gives a very gappy look. So I just like to do the alternate double crochet, which is a single crochet and chain 2. And it just kind of fills that gap at the bottom of the stitch when you're working, so that there's no big obvious gaps for you to try and hide later. So the herringbone double crochet, you need to work, I'll show you, it'll be a bit easier to show you rather than try and explain first. So I've wrapped my yarn around my hook, so I've effectively got two loops on there now. You insert it into the stitch you're going to be working in, yarn over, pull through. So now you've got 3 stitches on your hook. This stitch you've just pulled through, you pull through once, so you've got 2 stitches, and you do that again. So yarn over and pull through the first stitch on your hook, and then yarn over and you pull through the 2 stitches that are left. So although you don't ever have the 3 stitches really on your hook that you would have in a traditional double crochet, it is still the same height and it works fine. So we'll repeat that all the way along the row. So yarn over, insert your hook into the stitch. So we're going through both the front and the back loops. Yarn over and pull through. And then we pull through that first stitch immediately. Yarn over, pull through that first stitch. Yarn over, pull through both of the stitches on your hook. And we'll do that all the way along. So yarn over, insert it into the next stitch, yarn over and pull through. Then you immediately pull the stitch you've just pulled up through the next loop on your hook, so you're still left with 2 loops. Yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. So I don't know whether you can see, how that's leaning. So if I straighten that up, it leans quite significantly because of the pull through process. So then we'll continue along the row. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through the first loop on your hook, yarn over, pull through 1 loop on your hook, and yarn over and pull through both loops on your hook, all the way along. So I'm nearly at the end of my row. So you would even do this into the very last stitch of the row, your herringbone. It's just that first turn and chain where you need to be slightly different. And then there's one more on there. So you can see from the end of this row quite substantially how that's kicking out because of the lean. So we shall turn our work, and then I'm going to do the alternate double crochet into the first stitch. And then we follow the same process all the way across. So because we've turned our work, you can see the lean is now going this way. But as we work this second row, the lean will go the other way, so it'll counterbalance that somewhat for you. So we'll work our herringbone double crochet. So just a couple more times, wrap our yarn around our hook so we have 2 loops on our hook. Insert it into the next stitch that you're going to be working, pull through the first loop on your hook straight away, yarn over, pull through 1 loop on your hook, yarn over, pull through both loops on your hook, and we'll do that all the way along. In fact, what I'm going to do is do a few rows, and then I'll come back to you and show you what the texture looks like. And this is 2, 4, 6 rows of herringbone double crochet made up. So you can see, actually, if I go that way, you'll be able to see it better. So it makes a little V on the side. It's a really cute stitch. You might find this a lot in garments in particular because there's not a lot of gaps through there, and it is quite a nice, cozy and comforting stitch to make a garment with. What I mean by that is you know you're wearing the garment. There's a little bit of weight to it. It's not heavy, but you know you're wearing it. So it just gives it that little bit extra cozy feel, if you like. Just perfect for curling up on the couch while the weather's rubbish outside, reading a book or enjoying one of your favourite movies with a nice cup of hot chocolate or something like that. That's what I think of when I think of this stitch. But anyway, thank you very much for joining us today. Obviously, if you'd like to subscribe to our channel, please feel free to do so. Click the little bell icon to make sure you're notified of any uploads that we make. And you can find us here at Sunflower Cottage Crochet in all of the usual places, and there'll be a little screenshot that tells you where those are at the end of the tutorial. Thanks very much for joining us, guys. Bye.